Let me teach you a lesson about the process of leasing a new car. Have you ever thought about leasing a new car before? Do you even know what leasing a car is? The only time I have ever heard about leasing a car is whenever I'm sitting in my car listening to the radio and a commercial comes up from a car dealership, and at the very end of the commercial the broadcaster says, "Buy or lease today." He says it so quick that I have no clue what that means. And so today I'm going to teach you a lesson. So buckle your seatbelts and listen up. I'm going to walk you through the process of leasing a new car. So, what is leasing? Leasing a car is another way of financing a vehicle. It's like owning a car, but only for a limited time. So basically, it's also like renting, except you're the owner of the car. So leases have terms. Terms are certain periods of time which you must lease the car. Also, terms have a mileage agreement that you are not allowed to exceed in a year. If at any time you exceed your mileage agreement for that year, you're going to be charged an overage fee for going over your miles, and no one wants that. And then finally, during your lease term, your car is expected to undergo some normal wear and tear. But at the end of your lease, if you bring your car back and there's excess damage, like say you accidentally hit a deer, they're going to charge you for the extra damage to the car. There's just nothing you can do about it. So this leads me to my first step, my first step of the process. You have to figure out what type of car you want. For example, do you want a Ford? Do you want a Dodge? Do you want a truck? Do you want a car? That easy. You figure out what you want, and this can lead you to the second step of the process, searching for discounts and incentives from dealers. Every dealership is going to have different prices. This is going to require some research because you're going to have to look for dealerships that have the car you want for the best price that you can get. It's in your best interest to do this, because if you go to a dealership with knowledge about you know what you're doing, you're going to get the best price possible. Once you have found the dealer with the best prices that you're looking for, you can move to the next step, which is the lease term. As I said before, lease terms are the amount of times you must lease the car. So ultimately, you gotta go scrolling through your computer, figure out how long you want to lease the car. The normal lease term is for 2 to 5 years. This is because new cars come with warranties. The warranties are from the factory, and they're normally a 3-year, 100,000-mile warranty and if anything happens to your car in those 3 years, like say the engine blows up, the factory is going to replace your engine for absolutely free. And this is awesome because no one wants to have to pay for that. And that's the props of buying a new car. Secondly, you're going to have to figure out what type of mileage you're going to be able to afford, and also determine how much mileage you need for a year's time. So once you figure all of this stuff out, write it all down in your handy dandy notebook, it's time to go to the fourth step, negotiation. In negotiation, this is where you physically have to go to the dealership and make a deal. You got to take all the knowledge that you learned from the lease term step, and take it to a salesperson and relay what you need, what type of car you want, and all that mamba jamba. The dealer is going to go talk to his boss, and he's going to come back at you with a price, which is the actual price. Now, this price can vary depending on if you have money to put down on a car, if you have a car that you're trading in, and also the price of the car. If it's going to be a really, really nice car, it's going to be a lot more to lease per month. So, once you have figured out all of these things through the dealership, and you've agreed on everything, then the dealer is going to go to a bank. They're going to sell your lease to a bank. Then they're going to charge you interest based on the amount of money the lease is for. Okay? But then after everything's all said and done, you are going to end up with a brand new car that is yours for 2 to 5 years, depending on whatever you decide to pick. In conclusion, buying or leasing a car can be a very easy or strenuous task. If you do not drive a lot and you don't need a lot of miles for your lease terms, it's going to be a breeze for you because you're not going to have to spend very much because you're not going to need very many miles. And then you're going to be easy negotiating with the dealers. But on the other hand, if you need more miles put onto your term and it's going to end up costing you more and you're going to have to be there longer, but it still isn't hard. Like I said, you're getting a new car every 2 to 5 years. That's awesome. I love new things. So all in all, leasing your car is quite easy and convenient. And at the end of the day, you're going to need to get the best price you can for the terms that you need. Thank you.